Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. If you haven't seen me around, it's lovely to meet you, and if you have, sorry for the month I didn't post anything. I was super swamped in markets and other such life things. Hopefully I won't disappear like this again, but I'm pretty prone to overwhelming and burning out myself. Kicking off strong with a late installment of Fusion Friday. How uninspired I was by these two fusing certainly didn't help how long this took me, but also I got mad art block with trying to finish the Among Us character videos. I do most of my concepting in my sketchbook, which does not benefit me in actually showing you how much I struggled with this design, but it does help me come up with more creative things. There's no undo, so I just keep going with an idea to see it through, trusting the process basically, but with my ability to undo on Procreate, I get very in my head about how it doesn't look good yet, so I just scrap it and try again. I did have a stroke of an idea in Kmart though. And through combining old-timey pilot and some mad scientist vibes, I came up with a concept enough to run with it. I had this idea for her head being multiple spinning faces pretty early on. I just couldn't figure out a concept for this character to go with it, especially one that I felt like was good enough and worthy of such an interesting design element. The Rutile twins and Blue Zircon are both really minor characters that have kind of no overlap. Zircon is a homeworld lawyer who is quite nervous seeming. It's unclear if that's due to the nature of her assignment in the trial, or if she's just always like this. Following her chest-ish gem placement, I imagine she's quite passionate and emotional. She got quite a bit carried away with her case, especially when she gets rolling in her truthfully in-universe crazy R theory. The Rutiles have even less screen time, as was whenever an episode has them, they have to fight for focus with at least 3 other gems and Lars. And obviously, Lars is taking up at least an extra 4 gems amount of screen time because of all his character arcs and relationship with the townies, that obviously all the off-colors kind of get on the back burner in favor of the much longer running emotional arcs we've been watching essentially since the pilot. All that rambling to say, love these girls, but they have no useful anything about them. Major soft spot for Blue Zircon though, because Blue Zircons are one of the December birthstones, so I may have made a gemstone in the past that is in fact a cheeky little Blue Zircon. And just generally, she's a highlight of the trial episode along with Yellow Zircon. She quickly recognizes Steven as quite childlike and begins kind of treating him accordingly, if not a little anxious still. And she's just so baby girl. In my past Fusion videos, I've done a lot of talking about the Lars and the Stars show because of the 4 times I've covered the off-colors. I've obviously talked about them because that's their kind of most interesting yappable point. So if you're interested in seeing more of my opinions mainly on the Zircon twins and Pad Paracha, then please check out my other Fusion Fridays, but I will briefly yap a little bit more. A lot of people are hoping for Diamond Origins and more homeworld-centric stories, and so am I. I do hope the Zircons are mentioned or show up, as we get that little tease of them going against each other in an election race, and I'd love to see who won. And I have major bets and hopes that it was Blue Zircon, but I hope Yellow shows up too, obviously, and that they have mad bitter extension. Onto actually talking about the titular fusion of Fusion Friday. Miss Purple Topaz. Admittedly, because of how little ideas I had for this old-timey lady, I picked this gem basically last minute just for the color palette. So it's time to whip out skills I developed from doing essentially 4 fucking English classes in high school senior. The art of bullshitting. Purple topazes are high-frequency gems that connect you to the spiritualness instead of grounding you in reality and helping you with trauma like every other gem I've researched. This gem helps with enlightenment and higher understanding, associating with the third eye chakra. The old-timey 3, maybe 4-headed lady, I really don't care, and I actually didn't decide. She's only got 3 heads showing, I guess, though. Anyway, she has like 3 or 4 heads, so she is clearly not a grounded character. Maybe she speaks with an old-timey, almost radio effect. Cough, cough. Not to bring up Has-Been Odell, but think Alistair. Often glitching and switching between which head is talking. She is definitely a know-it-all, if you couldn't tell by her little one-finger, actually vibe. But I decided to draw her with all of her eyes closed, because I think it would be interesting if she literally couldn't open them. To put them dots together for everyone, those red strings across. This relates directly to the not being grounded in reality vibes of the real purple topaz gem, and gives the imagery of a third eye, as it is often pictured, with either being a third eye opening on the forehead with the other 2 eyes also open, or with the bottom eyes being closed and only the third forehead eye being open. Make sense? I hope so, because I'm not putting in any more effort into this bullshit than that. Figure it out yourself if this idea sparks any inspiration. Otherwise, I'm pretty much done. I don't really have an idea for a gem weapon or any gem powers because, as far as we're aware, the Rutile twins and Blue Zircon don't have any. And I meant to get this video out, ideally, 1,000,000 years ago. So let's just move on to the end segment of how this series usually ideally works. After each Fusion Friday, I randomly roll 3 numbers, and I have this big spreadsheet that assigns basically every character from Steven Universe a number. For those 3 completely random characters, y'all can vote for who will fuse with last episode's voted in character. For this video, Blue Zircon won, so let's see who she might fuse with next time. 27, so that is Yellow Pearl, and 19 is... that's Eyeball! Finishing off with a cheeky 8, that's Holly Blue, who I'm pretty sure was rolled last week as well, so maybe she's in it to win it this time. The link to vote will be in the comments, and please interact with me and like and subscribe and stuff. And if you want to see all of my previous Fusion Fridays and upcoming Fusion Fridays as like a little easier to screenshot, better quality thing, I do post them on my Instagram when I remember. None of them are available as prints, but I do have a website where I have prints that you might be interested in. No Steven Universe fan art, but all of my previous videos, essentially all of them, I think, are available as prints. I've done like my My Little Pony stuff. I've done my, Among Us series. None of them are actually up on the website yet, just because I haven't finished the series. But you should check my website out anyway. And if you live in Queensland, you should check out the markets I do. Currently, I'm doing a weekly market, not that I'm actually at it every week, but it's in Brisbane in Drapilli at the Trinket Trove shop that they have in town there, and it's really cool. It's like literally a weekly art market, so you should really check it out. If you're seeing this video when it comes out, tomorrow I'll be at the Vocaloid themed one, and next week it's a cosplay theme. Now that's pretty cool. I will also link the Trinket Trove mini market's Instagram in my description if you're interested in seeing what we do there. It's really cool, and the organizer, Elliot, is absolutely lovely. I hope to see you there. If not, I hope you buy on my website, or you subscribe and see ideally Monday's video, but we'll see. We'll see. Bye, guys.